Welcome to the channel, guys. We are back again, and today I'm going to be talking about the infamous Sacred Wood by Kilian. So stay tuned for that. If you like fragrance reviews, top 10 lists, cologne comparisons, and first impressions, hit that subscribe button for more great content. Sacred Wood is a fragrance by Kilian that was actually discontinued a little while ago. And I did come across a sample of this one. I gotta thank Maximos from the Kilian Fragrance Lovers page. I did do a purchase of a bottle through him, and he was nice enough to put some samples in, and this was one of them. I did want to try this one as it's been hyped up a lot. It's been talked about a lot since it's been discontinued, and I've seen it goes for some pretty outrageous prices. As much as $400 US for a brand new in box. And in fact, I think some people would happily charge and pay more than that. One of the reasons I'm actually going to review this is because I do have good news if you really love this fragrance. As far as I'm aware, Kilian has announced that this fragrance is coming back to the line as a permanent member of the collection, and he has said that the formulation is the same. I am planning to do a review when this does finally come out. I think it's at least a couple months away. I don't think he gave a specific date, but he did say that this one would be coming back. So if this is one you love and you want to get your hands on, but you don't want to pay outrageous prices, if you sit tight, you probably will be able to pick this one up soon enough. But anyways, in that spirit, I also thought I would check it out, see what all the hype is about. And like I said, I was lucky enough to get a sample of this. So this is actually a very simple fragrance. It's very straightforward. Now, people have compared this often to whether or not this actually has Mysore, probably said that totally wrong, sandalwood in it, which is a very rare and precious form of sandalwood. In case you don't know, it's in India. It's like the heartland of this type of sandalwood. But I think just because of the economy with how rare this or how popular this has been received, it's been sort of abused a lot, I'm guessing here a little bit, and it's a lot harder to get, and there's a lot less of it. So, this is one of these things that's very, very hard to get out of India. So people have said this is probably not authentic. But I did check the page, and I don't recall seeing them actually say that it had that type of sandalwood in it. It just says that it has sandalwood in it. So whether or not it is actually, I can't unfortunately shed light on that. You would have to talk to Kilian to get verification. But this is a very, as I mentioned, straightforward, simple sandalwood fragrance. There is not much to say about this fragrance. It doesn't change a lot. But on the opening, I do get this very creamy, milky kind of a vibe. And this is actually one thing I should mention. This is definitely a case, at least, where there's a discrepancy between Fragrantica listing the notes, because they list sandalwood and milk, and the Kilian site. And I went with the Kilian site because it's the official. They list cedarwood, sandalwood, and cumin. So I went with those as the actual official notes. They are the official notes, but so it does have this very creamy, milky vibe, and I guess I can see where that milk note came from on Fragrantica, because it does have something that presents itself that way as a very milky creaminess. I don't get any standing out woodiness on the opening. But what else I interestingly get, and I think this is from the cumin, and this is why I definitely decided to double check the ingredients by looking at the Kilian site, is that there's actually a slight fizziness as well in the open. There's something in there that gives it the milkiness, a bit of a fizzy kind of pop to it, which is actually really, really interesting. And I think that's the cumin interacting with the sandalwood and the cedarwood to give you this kind of almost bubbly feel to it. It's actually quite unique, the opening, even for a sandalwood fragrance. And that is really, really nice, as I mentioned. Very nice, very chill opening. Now, this is, I will also say, the kind of fragrance that if you don't like it within the first couple of minutes, you basically know whether or not you like this fragrance, because it doesn't change a whole lot. So that fizzy sort of pop does disappear. The milkiness does definitely tone down, and I get a little bit more woodiness, and I think that, of course, is the cedar coming through, but there is still some of that creamy sandalwood. And if I had to really compare it to another fragrance in the dry down, I would actually compare it a little bit to Meander. Now, that is a fragrance by Amouage, one of the new releases, and it is well described as a sandalwood dry down, a very simple sandalwood dry down. And well, I think there's a little bit more to it than that. Sandalwood is very prominent. That's sort of creamy, doesn't really smell quite like wood, but it is a very creamy sort of vibe. This comes off quite similar. Different, but similar. And so it does have a very simple dry down as well. It has that, you get a little bit of that woodiness from the cedar and the creaminess from the sandalwood. Altogether, it is actually really nice, I have to say. For such a straightforward fragrance, I was pretty surprised that this is actually very nice. I do really like the opening. That fizziness adds a really nice smile, I guess, to my face and how this fragrance actually works. Now, the performance also on this is really exceptional. So this is one of the fragrances. So sometimes when I spray them on, if I'm chilling in my room, just relaxing, someone will walk by and they will make a comment. And that's how I know it's projecting. And this one did that. And it did it off one spray to my hand. And it lasts a really long time. So this fragrance I sprayed on easily 8 hours ago. I can still smell it. I took a shower. So I exercised and then I took a shower. And, I didn't excessively scrub my hand, but it definitely got soapy and wet, and still can smell it cleanly. And the other nice thing that I noticed with respect to the performance is that a lot of times when I do take a shower, I might still smell something a little bit, but it often smells burnt or like very low quality. This still smells crisp. It still has that creamy, woody dry down. Like the dry down doesn't actually change. It still has the exact same scent profile. So really whatever sandalwood and cedar they're using, they are quality. I can't tell you again that it is Mysore. I can't guarantee that. I have never for sure smelled authentic Mysore, so I cannot make any kind of comparison there. But it is, in my opinion, quality ingredients with exceptional performance. Very good projection for a very long time. The only thing I will say is that I do find this one I get a little bit anosmic to. And so it's not one that I personally will get a lot of whiffs of sillage while I'm just sitting around. But with that, this is kind of one of those fragrances where I feel like that is like the optimal time to wear it. This is just a relaxation fragrance. If you're just lounging around, if you're just relaxing, you just want to be calm and cool. It has that very nice vibe to it. And, if you think of something like Oolong Cha, which of course I'm going to say smells totally different, but the vibe that it gives off, that very relaxed, chill kind of vibe, very much the same kind of vibe. And in that sense, it is a little bit versatile. It is classy, so I'm sure you could wear it up if you want. But it is also very simple and relaxed, so you can easily just calmly wear it. Now, of course, I'm not going to wear this every single situation, but it does have a certain degree of versatility. But I still think that where it shines is when you just want something to chill, relax, feel comfortable, and, unwind or whatever. That is definitely what this kind of fragrance kind of transports you to. So it is a nice fragrance. Now, on the discontinued prices, personally, I would not pay 400 USD for this. I would probably have trouble paying retail unless I really, really wanted it, which I'm not sure I love it that much. I do like it, but I'm not sure if I would even pay retail for this one, but it is good. You know how discontinuation often, obviously supply and demand plays a role in prices. And but if you don't want to pay those prices, but you really do want to get your hands on this fragrance, you should be happy to know that it is slated to come back. I wasn't clear, or there wasn't clear definition on when that would be, but some people said it should definitively be back by fall. So that is still a little bit of a wait, but much better than paying $400 US. So anyways, Sacred Wood, very nice fragrance. And I definitely do recommend checking it out if you can. And personally, I'm going to try and definitely get a sample of the re-release, and I'm going to be keeping my hands on this one so that when it does drop, I can do a side-by-side comparison. I mean, the reason this one was discontinued, from what I heard, was that some of the ingredients became illegal to use. And so I don't know really the cycle of this stuff. It might be the case that they became legal again. Or it might be the case that they found adequate replacements. But at least in my opinion, if they've used a replacement molecule of some kind, of any kind really, it's not going to be the same formulation. Even if it smells very close, or even the same, I don't think it's fair to call it the same formulation if it doesn't have the exact same ingredients in it. That's just my personal opinion on the matter. I think it's a little bit misleading. But do look out for that. It will be some months in the future, but definitely will be getting a hold of that one. Anyways, Sacred Wood, definitely worth a try, but in my opinion, if you love it, sit tight. It will be back soon enough, and you can enjoy this fragrance as you relax or whatever else you choose to do. So that's it. Leave a comment down below. What is your favorite relaxation fragrance? Doesn't have to be a Kilian, can be anything. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.